Good evening, Western New York high school fans. Welcome to WNYathletics.com for another edition of some Friday night Section 6 football. Tonight, it is, of course, the regular season finale, and we are down in Pioneer for a Class B matchup between the home Panthers and the visiting Olean Huskies. John Simon here alongside Jake Fyack, and while we're in the final week of the regular season, this game starts to have somewhat of an effect on the playoffs as well. Both Pioneer and Olean set to make it into the playoffs next week. Tonight, playing for seeding. Both of them will be on the road. It's just a matter of who's the 3 seed from B South and who is the 4 seed. But to start out here, the Panthers and the all-black home unis kicking off to Olean and the road Whites, and the Huskies fielding it right around their own 25. And they're going to get a nice return here all the way out past the 40. Is Cody Tidd, and that is where the Olean Huskies offense will come out to start. Pioneer coming into tonight at 5-2 overall, 3-2 in the B South Division. Olean 3-2 in the league as well, but just 3-4, on the season. Both these teams' league losses coming to West Seneca East and Iroquois, those the top 2 seeds going into the playoffs from this division. And we'll talk about the playoffs coming up in Section 6 a whole lot more throughout the night and tomorrow. But right now we got the Olean Huskies starting at their own 42. And we'll get to see Riley Silvas for the first time. 3 receivers to his right, has a 4th in motion. He'll look to throw on first down and completes it over the middle for Tidd. And Pioneer's defense gang tackling there, as they'll get about 5 or 6 on that first play. Officials tonight, Kevin Dale, the referee, Jim DiMartino, the umpire, Tony Sancuzo, the judge, and Dan Mulkowski, the line judge.
This is a big Friday Night Lights edition on Western New York Athletics Live. We're here in the B South as Olean and Pioneer. They have a chance to fight it out where the winner could try to get the 3 seed and the loser will get the 4 seed in this matchup. So this can be a big thing in terms of seedings in their own division.
Going to see Olean stick with that stacked receiver set. This time 3 guys to Silvas' left. And this time Silvas going to run it. He's able to break away from the pack and gets near the first down marker. Looks like he'll be about a yard short, Jake, so 3rd and short coming up, but Olean just in 2 plays already on Pioneer's side of the 50.
And this is going to be a challenge for Riley Silvas in turn the passing game as well as the run game. Their front 4 up front for Pioneer has been very good. They've been very dominant, and even in the secondary, 13-team total interceptions. So when Silvas gets a chance to throw the ball, he's going to have to be careful in terms of his precision.
Yeah, completed just 6 of 20 passes last week against Iroquois in a loss to the Chiefs. However, did throw for 2 touchdowns in that one. They're going to look to run on 3rd and short, and it doesn't look like Tidd got enough to get back to the line. And now Olean's offense has a decision to make early on here, Jake. Like I said, on Pioneer's side of the 50, it's 4th and short. Do you go for it here and trust your defense if you don't get it, or do you try and pin Pioneer deep with a punt?
Yeah, Olean's done, from when they went up against Lake Shore, they were very aggressive on their offense. Didn't matter if it was, 4th and short, they always kept going for it, and they look like they're in that offensive formation where they're going to go for it.
Mentioned that Olean Lake Shore game, a 27-0 win for the Huskies 2 weeks ago. 4th and short, they'll hand it off, and going up the middle, Jamison Pittman gets all the way down close to the Pioneer 40. And we will certainly call number 14's name a lot tonight, as he is the key piece, one of the key pieces, but probably the key piece other than Silvas in this Olean offense.
Leads his team in rushes with 598 yards, 7 total touchdowns. He had 3 of them against that Lakeshore game, was very dominant on the ground. So he's going to be that main factor in the run game, where Pioneer, they've always been known for that in their school's football program with having a 2 running back set. So it's going to be the battle of the running backs for both sides.
Yeah, like Silvas, Pittman struggled last week as he gets the pitch here on 1st and 10, dropped for a 1-yard loss. But Pittman last week against Iroquois, Jake, just 40 yards on 13 carries, managed to find the end zone against the Chiefs, but that was his 2nd lowest rushing yard total of the season, other than 27 back in week 2 against West Seneca East. But this week, for Pittman, like you said, you want to match that ground game with Pioneer. He's got to have a big bounce-back week, and they know that he can do it. I mean, he's had multiple 100-plus yard games this year. Had 180 at some point this season back in week 4, week 3.
He's going to have definitely a hard time in the middle. Look at the 2 nose tackles and off the left edge for Pioneer. Those are very big guys up front for defense, so he's going to have a hard time cutting through up the middle.
Silva's pitching that one off to Tidd. He splits a few defenders, but then is brought down shy of the 35. And that'll bring up a 3rd and about 6 for Olean. About 4 minutes gone by here on the Huskies' opening drive, and that's going to be a key against this Pioneer team. Like you said, Jake, you want to match the Panthers' run game, but when I was here week 3, and West Seneca East came in and beat the Panthers 19-0 to give Pioneer their first loss of the season, what West Seneca East did is they just kept the Pioneer offense off the field. They ran the ball, and they used the run game to their advantage. Took about 9 minutes off the clock to start the 3rd quarter. And we'll see if Olean looks strategy here. 3rd and 5. Silva's going to keep it, and he gets enough up the middle, crossing the 30 to move the sticks as this Olean opening drive continues.
I love their grittiness. They're using a lot of the run game, which has been, a very good strong suit on Pioneer's defensive side of the ball. They've done a good job going up against the run. And on this first opening drive for Olean, they're just punching it right back to them, to try to get a quick touchdown.
This Olean team scored 19 points on Iroquois last week. However, they were outscored 15-6 in the second half as we get a timeout here on the field. So they got off to a good start last week against the Chiefs. Were tied after the first quarter 7-7. Trailed by a score at half and then just lost pace with them in the second. So I think that we're looking for tonight here, Jake and Olean, is to get that good start but finish it all the way through, because going into the playoffs, you're going to need to play a complete game to beat any team that makes it to the postseason.
Yeah, absolutely. There very little mistakes can be made when it comes to the postseason, and Olean and Pioneer, battling out. They're going to have to show it how they're going to have to play phenomenal football down the stretch.
So 1st and 10, Silvas looking to throw. Now he's going to run ahead. Thought he was going to get brought down, still on his feet. Now gets a pass away. It's floating up in the air, and it's caught and into the end zone. Damon Ligori ran forward to make the catch and then went back into the end zone and scored. And just like that, on what was almost a broken down play, Olean gets the first points of the game.
It was not a good thrown ball. It wasn't. It was high in the air. It was ducking as it was trying to, go through that cold wind tonight. And it was not a good thrown ball. And just good job by Ligori just to come back, make a great catch, and couldn't make the adjustment to bring him down for a tackle. He would have been down around the 2 and just able to dive forward for the end zone.
Extra point attempt now coming up for Olean, and that kick is up. And that one goes through. So Olean adds 1 onto the board, and that's a 7-0 lead for the Huskies with a little over 5 minutes gone by here in the opening quarter. Take a quick timeout. Be right back for more first quarter action here on Western New York Athletics.
When you're ready to buy a home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com. You can find new listings before they appear anywhere else and refine your search for immediate notifications of similar properties. Plus, get pre-qualified to make your offers stronger and connect with a local Howard Hanna agent who knows your area and how to close the deal. So when you're ready to buy, visit howardhanna.com and find your home fast.
I love being home.
7-0 lead here in the first quarter for Olean, as we got a big B-South matchup on Western New York Athletics. Friday night high school football. John Simon, Jacob Fayok here. We already mentioned Pioneer and Olean both bound for the playoffs next week, just jockeying for seed position. Winner of this game will face the top seed from the B North, next weekend in Maritime. And that is the loser of this game. I'm screwing myself up. We're going to get to the kickoff here. We'll explain more about the playoff stuff in a second. Pioneer back to return this right from around their own 15. And there's a hole right around the 40. Olean able to bring the return man down. But as I said, the winner of this game faces the 2 seed from B North in Albion. The loser will face Maritime, the 1 seed. The winner of this game gets the 3 seed, the loser the 4 seed, the way that the crossovers work for the playoffs. We know the deal. So loser this game will go play Maritime at Johnny B. Wiley next weekend. Winner will head to Albion. And Olean looking to get a win here to finish 500 overall for the regular season, Jake. Impressive that they've got a winning record in division but are under 500 overall this season.